In the busy city of Lagos State, there lived Bianca and Jordan. They were the kind of lovebirds that would make you question your relationship. And if you were single, you would wish to be in that kind of relationship. They were perfect for each other. When Bianca and Jordan got engaged, they were filled with dreams of a fairy tale wedding, the kind you see in the movies and on social media. Jordan, 32 years old, a freelance graphic designer, lived in an apartment he bought by paying instrumentally somewhere on the Lagos mainland. And Bianca, she still lived with her parents. She was a full-time social media influencer and had a degree in education, though she didn't use her degree. She was 28 years old. Their salaries were modest. Neither of them came from wealth. Their savings were slim. They had been together for 5 years. They were in love. Their love was deep and real, but so was their desire to put on a show of their love. And although Jordan did not fully buy the idea due to financial constraints, he saw that Bianca was in love with the idea of a grand beginning, as she had always loved big weddings. Bianca had always imagined herself walking down the aisle in a custom gown in the biggest wedding hall in Lagos. While Jordan, who was more practical, had always imagined something more laid back, a small wedding, followed by a backyard barbecue with close friends. Just a small, modest celebration. But he saw the sparkle in Bianca's eyes and did not have the heart to say no to her. "We will figure it out," he said to Bianca, and he first took out a loan of 10 million naira. But as the planning took off, so did expectations from families, from friends, and from the couple themselves. And so, they went to the bank to take more loans, putting up Jordan's house as a collateral. They thought, after all, big men and women, influential people would be at this wedding. We would recover all we are spending. Bianca got her lovely custom wedding gown. It was so angelic, as she looked really ravishing in each piece she tried on, until she could stick to one, and then off to get some diamond jewelries to make the outfit complete. She wanted all the attention for the day and the trends afterwards. Somehow, their supposed intimate wedding turned into a production with the guest list of about 200 people and a price tag of over 60 million naira. "It is a once-in-a-lifetime event," Bianca would say, "and we don't want to regret anything," Jordan would add. Their parents couldn't contribute much, although Jordan's parents offered to pay half price for their wedding cake. The wedding was spectacular, unforgettable. The popular wedding castle hall was used, 200 guests in attendance, golden decor cake, and the interior of the hall screamed luxury. An open bar with signature cocktails. Their photos went viral for a day, landing them in various popular bridal blogs. Everyone felt proud and wanted to attend the wedding. Strangers on the internet left comments like, "Goals, my dream wedding. I tap into this wedding." Bianca's Instagram blew up. Their hashtag was all over the internet. Even a distant cousin from her father's side commented, "This looks like a celebrity wedding." Their wedding made headline on a popular wedding magazine as the wedding of the year. Guests danced until midnight. There was a photo booth with antique props for all the influencers and celebrities present at the wedding. There was lots to eat and drink as Bianca and Jordan made their way to the dance floor, stylishly looking out for the money being sprayed. Afterwards, guests, alongside the couple, made their way out for a display of fireworks exploding in the sky. It was a beautiful sight. This put an end to their dream wedding as they bid everyone farewell, received their wedding gifts, and headed back to the hotel. When the couple made their way to their luxury hotel room, surrounded by champagne bottles and floral arrangements, they took a quick nap after being exhausted, both mentally, physically, and emotionally with the day's activities. After a while, they were up, excited to count how much was made from their glamorous wedding. But then, Reality set in. It wasn't as they expected. They didn't even get half of what was spent on the wedding preparations. Now the party was over, but the debt was not. There was no honeymoon for them. All their plans had hit a dead end. And then the loans came with a high interest rate. Within months, the bills rolled in like a stormy cloud. Jordan's freelance clients dried up unexpectedly. Bianca's influencing deals, adverts, they didn't come again as expected. Everything went blank. They began fighting about every little thing. They fought about money, frustration set in, and then resentment set in. There was no savings at all. Everything was gone into their dream wedding, and money made from the wedding was used to pay up some debts. One day, their car broke down on the highway. The engine gave out. They were both upset, but Jordan was more angry. He had followed Bianca's dream wedding charade, and now they were left empty, even borrowing more for daily needs and even fixing up the car. And so Jordan said to Bianca, "Just imagine starting a lifetime journey with debts." That day, when they got back home, all hell broke loose. Jordan threatened Bianca. He was slowly slipping away due to the financial pressures and joblessness. Frustration set in, then anger, and there was no more peace at home. On different occasions, family members were called in to settle the dispute. "You wanted a viral wedding, Bianca. Now see, everything I labored for is gone," Jordan said. Bianca then put up her custom wedding gown for sale on her social media platform just to see if she could get a buyer. And then, painfully, she put up her jewelries, all of them. They were posted online just so they could get even more buyers. The price of the jewelries divided into half to make it easier to sell off. She used her platform to try raise some money to sustain them, even as Jordan sold his car to pay up some debts. Bianca grew more anxious, constantly checking her bank apps. Jordan picked up a low-paying design and gigs, and sometimes he worked as a delivery man. The stress eroded their intimacy. What had once been late-night cuddles became separate scrolling sessions in silence. They argued over groceries, over gas money, and so much more. "I feel like I'm drowning," Bianca said one night as she wept. Jordan replied, "Me too. I just wanted the perfect wedding," she whispered. "And we got it," Jordan said. "Now we have to pay for it for the next 10 years, he also added. A year later, they were still together, but the weight of the debt had changed them. But then a breaking point came when they defaulted on a payment and received a court notice. Jordan's house was taken. They quarreled even more, anywhere and everywhere. In public, in the presence of their parents, at home, you just name it. Everyone around them was fed up, as both Jordan and Bianca were at fault. And then, when therapy was suggested by their parents, Jordan asked, "Who dey go therapy for Lagos? Where I wan even see money pay for this therapy?" And both parents offered to pay for it. But first, something had to change. They moved in with Jordan's brother, sleeping in a spare room in his house. Bianca dusted her certificate and then took on tutoring gigs after school. And Jordan, he continued with his delivery business and gigs on weekends. Therapy was working. They learned to start having honest conversations about how they felt regarding everything they put themselves through. Gradually, Bianca's influencing job picked up alongside her teaching. For the first time in a long while, they were happy again. They had paid off more than half of their total debt. They never looked at their wedding photos anymore for a long time, not because of regrets, but because it reminded them of who they were pretending to be. It reminded them of the show-off they displayed. And finally, they opened up and admitted to not doing things according to their budget. Now they spend their quiet nights at home alone and slowly trying to get back their lives together. After all, it was never really glamorous, but it was real and peaceful. 2 years had gone by, and things had gotten better. Bianca, now pregnant with her first child, debt-free, are now living in their home. A rented apartment, still somewhere on the island, a very decent and cozy apartment at that. They learned painfully and slowly that love isn't measured by the size of a venue or the number of guests, but by the small things, the quiet apologies, the smart decisions, the teamwork it takes to dig out of a hole they both created. What this story teaches us is to cut our coat according to our clothes. This story also reminds us that a wedding lasts for a day and marriage is built in the days that follow. It also lets us know that we do not have to prove to people when we do not have the capacity, as most times they don't really care and it always ends badly. Kindly drop your thoughts in the comment section. Would you prefer a very loud wedding ceremony or a small intimate one? Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.